Heed me, faithful. The JFK file release is a classic case of misdirection, not because of what's in the documents, but because of how the event itself is being used. It isn't about reinforcing a single controlled narrative, but about unleashing a free-for-all of speculation, ensuring that attention gets lost in an endless cycle of paranoia, scapegoating, and narrative fragmentation. This is not an effort to resolve anything or even steer public discourse in a particular direction. It's about drowning out the signal with noise, keeping the most engaged minds chasing shadows while real power moves elsewhere. The brilliance of this maneuver lies in the way 4 forms of misdirection: physical, psychological, narrative, and temporal work together to ensure that the public willingly engages with the distraction instead of questioning its purpose. First, the sheer spectacle of the release serves as an irresistible physical misdirection. A flood of documents, images of towering stacks of files, journalists scrambling to piece together disjointed facts. It's a media event, a sensory overload designed to pull focus. But unlike conventional staged narratives, the goal isn't to feed people a storyline, but to bury them in raw material. The sheer volume of information ensures that no single thread dominates, turning analysis into a crowd-sourced frenzy of disconnected theories. The distraction isn't just that people are looking at the JFK files instead of something else. It's that they are doing the work themselves, spinning narratives that sustain the misdirection without the need for direct control. Expert panels discuss the significance of the declassification process rather than what else is going on in the world. This is pure focus control, guiding attention so effectively that people don't even think to look anywhere else. Psychological misdirection ensures that the audience willingly participates. The phrase JFK files is an instant trigger, setting off decades of accumulated distrust, encouraging every faction to see what they want to see. Those who already believe in deep state control find confirmation. Those who doubt official accounts become further entrenched. But the key here isn't just feeding existing paranoia, it's weaponizing information overload. With thousands of pages dropped at once, no single person can pass it all, and no mainstream source can package it into a digestible narrative. Instead, interpretation is outsourced to the internet, where the noise drowns out signal, and speculation multiplies at a rate no institution could achieve on its own. Small revelations, ambiguous memos, redacted sentences, vague hints fuel an endless loop of interpretation where every individual builds their own version of reality. Conspiracies don't need to be suppressed. They need only be endlessly multiplied, fracturing public focus into 1,000 different directions. This is where narrative misdirection thrives. Not through control, but through deliberate narrative entropy. Unlike traditional propaganda, which seeks to maintain a dominant version of events, this tactic benefits from competing narratives that never resolve. The public isn't encouraged to reach a conclusion. They're encouraged to keep questioning, keep arguing, keep reinforcing their own feedback loops of paranoia. The key to understanding this isn't in what theories emerge, it's in what they replace. With the public hyper-focused on the deep state of 1963, no one notices a new deep state seizing power in 2025, making moves in real time, unchallenged. Temporal misdirection ensures that attention is trapped in the past, pulled into a 60-year-old mystery while something else unfolds in the present. The delay in releasing these files isn't just about withholding information, it's about the strategic utility of old conspiracies. Instead of questioning who benefits from secrecy today, the public is encouraged to relitigate a Cold War-era crime scene, but time itself is being used as a weapon. By the time anyone even thinks to look away from the past, the real story, the one playing out in the present, has already passed them by. The true brilliance here is that no one needs to be convinced that this is important. People convince themselves. No authority needs to suppress alternative narratives, because the noise itself is the suppression mechanism. The more people dig, the more they distract themselves. The JFK file release isn't about what's in the documents or even about covering up a singular truth. It's about generating a self-sustaining cycle of confusion, a controlled burn of public attention that consumes itself while those in power make their next moves. And when the dust settles, The real story will have never even been part of the conversation.